We have all had coworkers that sucked. But on occasion, every so often, you get a good one. You get somebody who does a damn good job. They're a pleasure to be around, and you actually enjoy working with them. And even management notices they're damn good at what they do. But what happens? Upper management makes a mistake. Although they were a good worker, they decide to give them a promotion. They may have been talented and good at what they did, but as far as management, not everybody's cut out to be on top. Well, as time goes on, their former coworkers that used to love to work with them are now either treated like dirt, spoken to very condescendingly, or they decide to play favorites. Well, they may even be giving the company a bad name because of some of their antics. Well, management realizes they made a mistake, but they really don't want to fire the person. So what do? They demote them. They put them back to where they were. And the funny thing was, even though they were good at what they did at one time, you demote a person, it's never quite the same. And in any case, it doesn't end well. Anyways, guys, let's get to it. How you doing, guys? How many of you out there are still wondering what's up with Anthony Morris? So far, there's been a lot of speculation. A lot of things have come out, but nobody's really quite 100% sure what's going on or really where he is. Watchtower will not speak about him. Although, if they did, they wouldn't talk about him stepping down as a governing body member. They would use a corporate term called reassigning. He was reassigned to where the need is greater, wherever that may be. But you know Watchtower will not bring him up. And they're kind of hoping with him out of sight that the average JW will forget about him. But in all honesty, there's a lot of people out there that just are not going to let him forget. And eventually, something is going to come out. Here's a scenario, though. Anthony Morris, brother Anthony Morris, is assigned to a new congregation somewhere in the USA, wherever that may be. Well, you got your midweek meeting, and it's announced that Brother Morris will now be attending our congregation. There's a hush among the peanut gallery, and all the JWs, they're all excited. All the indoctrinated JWs would think it's a major pleasure to have Anthony Morris in their congregation. This also gets the attention of the PMOs in the congregation. They start buzzing amongst themselves. They find out that Anthony Morris is going to be attending the meeting this next coming Sunday. Everybody in the hall, even the faders, all show up because they want to see Anthony Morris. Deep down inside, they all want to know what happened. And they think that maybe they can find out. Even your notorious faders show up. For the first time in years, the Kingdom Hall is filled up. Even one of your half-empty halls. Well, everybody's waiting. Anthony Morris is a little bit uncomfortable about showing up. See, his lifestyle has totally changed. For quite a few years, he had everything done for him. He had his food cooked for him. He had his clothes bought for him. He had everything done. But now he's got to readjust his lifestyle. Now, Watchtower probably put him up in a humble home. And he's probably getting a meager allowance just to make ends meet. But he's not living the life of luxury he once did. So he's feeling kind of humbled out. He's feeling really uncomfortable about showing up at this congregation. But he does. He has to take a few shots to make sure he can kind of get through the meeting. Well, he hopes he can slip in unnoticed. But you and I all know that no, he's not going to go in unnoticed. As soon as he walks in that door, everybody is there to greet him, wanting to shake his hand. Brother Morris, what a pleasure it is. He's like, my wife and I are just going to go sit down. And he puts on this fake smile. He's uncomfortable as all hell because it's in the back of his mind. He's like, what are all these people thinking about me right now? Well, he gets through the meeting. And after the meeting, he gets up. They ask him, would you do the closing prayer? Of course he does. And he's looking at all these eyes on him as he's getting off the way, walking away from the podium. Brother Morris, would you like to come out and service with us today? And he's like, no, I have to get my new home in order. Well, let's think about it for the next few weeks. Meeting after meeting, he eventually starts going out in service with the J-Dubs. And everybody wants to go out in service with Brother Anthony Morris, especially the Pimos, because they want to hear some dirt. They want to know what the hell happened to this guy. Well, the elders tell everybody, leave him alone. Don't ask any questions that are none of your business. Well, they decide not to. But all it takes is one slip up. Well, a couple of months goes by and everybody's a little bit more comfortable. What was once Brother Morris is now, hey, Tony, how you doing? Well, they're all out in service. And one smart ass in the back decides to ask a few too many questions. So, Brother Morris, what happened in Warwick? A hush goes over the car group. He doesn't know what to say. The person who asked really would like to know, and other people in the car group would also like to know. Well, in all honesty, this scenario will not happen. Reason being, let's face it, he may have been reassigned to a new congregation, but Watchtower does not want him speaking to anybody. So chances are, even if he is reassigned to a new congregation, he's going to be pulled out pretty quickly. The people in that congregation will be told, well, he's working on a project in South America, so they may keep him out of sight. He may, for a while, not even be attending any Kingdom Halls. You see, they realize one thing. Tony Morris has enough dirt on Watchtower to do a number on them. And they're also realizing, and Anthony's realizing, they have enough dirt on him to do a number on him. So there's kind of a mutual fear there. But Watchtower's keeping a close eye on him. So although he may show up at a Kingdom Hall somewhere, it's not going to last for very long. He'll be kept moving and kept quiet. See, in the long run, this isn't going to end well. Even if he is attending another Kingdom Hall and he's going out in service, because eventually somebody is going to ask. And eventually, his ego may have been stomped on quite enough to where he's, screw Watchtower, and starts spilling his guts on what he knows. And you may even find out why he's actually no longer a governing body member. But the thing is, Watchtower is hoping that Tony will just be forgotten about. But like I said, there's enough people out there that want to know what he did, or why he was removed as a governing body member. And eventually, somebody's going to slip up. Somebody at headquarters is going to leak the information. I'm actually surprised it hasn't happened yet. Or somebody amongst the peanut gallery somewhere was going to do some heavy-duty talking. There may be some dirt on him. That may be right, and I'm not going to go into the situation. But Watchtower wants some miles away from Anthony Morris right now. So I can guarantee he will not be assigned to any specific congregation for very long, because they don't want him associating with anybody. They would prefer he just live in silence, all alone. And the thing is, they're going to pay his way for now, because they want him to hush up. They don't want to push him over the edge, because They certainly don't need another book written about them. Because the thing is, if Anthony Morris came out with a book right now, would you buy it? I know a lot of people probably would. That's just something I wanted to bring out. Because there's been a lot of talk that he is now belonging to another congregation in, I believe, North Carolina. Although, from what I'm understanding, he is inactive. Of course he is. And he will remain inactive. Watchtower just wants everybody to forget. Anyways, guys, that's all I got for you today. I just wanted to mention that. You all have a good day, and I'll be talking to you soon.